Welcome back to the Final Fantasy Tactics All Oracles Challenge, being recorded here in March of 2022. Hope you are doing well wherever and whenever you are. Today we are heading to the Colliery Underground, first floor, 1F. We are working our way down towards saving Reese the dragon. We're in the Beowulf side quest. Yes, we are in some of the side quest activities here in this run. Here in Chapter 4, I do like to do these battles. They're always fun just to see with challenge parties. It's going to get a little tougher as we go along to some of these other optional battles. Beowulf there is indeed an oracle. He had oracle unlocked, so I was able to JP scroll glitch him as an oracle, so he's got a full oracle set of abilities and ready to go. So we're going to not see his very oracle-like sword skills. Maybe that's unfortunate. Maybe it would be better to have kept him as a temple knight or whatever, just so you can kind of see how the oracle can work as a swordsman. That's okay though, we'll get it. So these chemists both have the mithril pop-pops, and the blue dragons are going to be troublesome because, well, they're blue dragons. Although it seems like they're not as aggressive in their AI. Maybe their auto battle is set to a different thing than saving life. I'm not sure. It seemed like they behaved oddly. We'll see as they go here. They're just not as aggressive on making attacks as I would have thought they would be. But anyway, here we do have to deal with a couple of chemists and the Uribo as well. So Rems is going to move up, and he's going to try to get within range. Maybe he can pull something out here. Look at the dragons. All right. He's going to charge up a life drain. Looks like the oracles here have the bags again. They have the regen bags. I've just not been using my sticks as much, and battles like this that are pretty heavy on terrain where getting up close and personal is kind of tough to do. It is a little bit nicer to just rely on our ranged stuff. And she's trying to stay out of line of sight from that chemist right there. She's trying to make sure that the chemist can't get a shot off on her with the mithril bang bang as it is. So he's gonna have to move if he wants to hit her. The Uribo's not gonna do much of anything. They've got their little run attack or whatever it is. So he's going to move, and now he will get a shot off, but it's going to be on Beowulf over there. And this one's also going to move to the corner. Chips, that's a great name for a chemist. And ba-bang. All right, now it's dragon time. So they've got a big move radius, and he's going to come down here and going after Beowulf. All right, very neat, very cool. And Beowulf is going to take the ice breath right in the face. And yeah, so this is what I was talking about here. That dragon right there just is running away, just going down to the corner. The first one has a very aggressive move set, and then the other one just like, oh, I'm just going to run over here. That other one could have come down and attacked Ramza pretty easily, really without much trouble. And looks like Don't Act is just fine for this. So we can land things on these guys, and we've got decent compatibility and decent accuracy here, so not too bad. 44% to petrify on the dragon. I will take that. So their HP is going to tick back up. Ramza cannot equip the bags, so he is just going to have to use Drain Life to recover his HP. That's okay. And now we're just trying to figure out when can we start getting off some of these petrifies. That's the real big one here, because especially with a party that has the bags are just not going to do much physical damage. So our ways to take enemies out is going to be in petrify or in 4 life drains. So those are our kind of choices if I want to go for that. 1 petrify or 4 life drains. So it looks like we're going a little bit more for the petrify route. And the chemists are always dangerous, as we saw earlier in the Colliery Underground battles. The chemists are dangerous because they can recover. They can throw Phoenix Downs, they can throw Softs, they can heal each other, they can heal the other people. So it's really, really important that I get these chemists taken care of as well. Unfortunately, it's also very important that I get these dragons taken care of. So the only enemy I can really ignore for a while there is the Uribo. And this is, a funny instance of just auto battle going way wrong. Beowulf could have targeted the dragon with something. Instead, he targets himself with faith and then gets out of the way. He could have targeted the dragon with life drain. He could have recovered a bunch of HP. Not enough to take, another ice breath. Not enough to tank another ice breath, but could have started something. Or he could have maybe tried to petrify. Maybe if he survives long enough to get the spell off, he could have actually contributed something to the battle. But the AI would not have charged a Petrify, and I'm guessing that's why it also didn't charge a Life Drain, because there was a Petrify about to fire on the dragon. I think that dragon was marked for petrification, marked for death. So Beowulf would not charge something that was going to fire after the Petrify attack, because the way this game kind of sees charging spells is the game AI kind of assumes that it's going to land. So a mage that has silence being charged on it will assume that it's going to be in silence by the time that spell resolves, even though it's not 100%. So I'm guessing that's why Beowulf did not charge a spell on the dragon, even though Petrify was not 100% to land. So that dragon is don't act, that's why it ran away. It got a huge move radius, and it can just go right up the top of that hill, so bam. Way to go, dragon. But we still need to get it taken care of. Don't act is not going to last forever. Paralyzed does not last forever. So we've got to keep things, we've got to keep the pressure on here. I could reapply Paralyze or try to, well, but it looks like I can't quite get on the same level maybe as the dragon. Oh, yeah, I can get on the same level if I use a Paralyze. That's what I'm looking at here. Or Sleep. Looking to see when that would go. That dragon's name is Ischus. And the other dragon's name, I think, is that the Neelus one? Yeah, so she is going to charge this one. Try to get that dragon taken out, at least long enough that we can petrify it. Get a few charges off. So she's going to move over here towards this chemist and this dragon. Beowulf is going to just cast Faith on himself and be pointless, unfortunately. I get his, he probably had a hard time figuring out what exactly he could do that was beneficial if he had to ignore the dragon. He wasn't going to move right up into the thick of battle, but that's okay. All right, so Petrify again, long charging spell. Even so much that, like, the Thief Hats were making it so that in the other battles you saw, I'd be charging the spell and they'd get another turn before the spell could resolve, so I'd have to kind of waste an action there. So I think I readjusted my equipment a little bit to reflect that. I'm not using the ultimate speed boosting gear like the Thief Hat gives you, I think, +2 speed, which is huge. There's Ramza's getting it, though. Ramza must have a Thief Hat still. I'll have to adjust that because that's a really badly wasted action. I would rather Ramza's turn come up a little bit slower so that I didn't have to just waste a turn completely if I'm charging spells like Petrify. Maybe in other battles where I'm doing Life Drain more often, that would be good because it would give us more cracks at Life Drain. Life Drain's a much faster charging spell. So here's Petrify coming up on that dragon. Let's see if we can land it. Boom. So that other spell, Sleep or Paralyze, is going to just fail. Whatever maybe it was Sleep I was charging on the dragon up there. The Uribo is going to do his little run attack, little dash attack here. Bam. Nice. Way to go, Uribo. And now I'd really like to get that chemist, at least the chemist separated from each other. So if I could get the chemist nearest the dragon who's petrified, also petrified or otherwise incapacitated long term, that'll be good. Right now that chemist is don't act, but he's only one soft away from bringing that dragon back, and then that dragon can just do, you know, multiple hundreds of damage to us with one. It's an ice bracelet, ice breath though. I love ice bracelet. So there's the chemist. He's going to move to the corner. Not a problem. This chemist will come up here. And yeah, instead of throwing a soft, that chemist is going to do it. I thought that chemist for sure was going to throw a soft. I thought I was in big trouble there. So this dragon now is getting a little bit more aggressive with their stuff. And that was a guarded 300 damage. That was what that was going to roll. Guarded by the mantle. So boom. That was going to just about take her out, or maybe it would have totally taken her out. I don't know. Yeah, I guess our hit points are right around that 300 mark. So we got to get this dragon paralyzed. We got to get that going. And we will. Looks like we've got a pretty decent chance to land the first paralyzed there, and then you got to get it petrified. So you got to start by paralyzing. You got to finish the job with petrify. Oh, looks like he's going to go for the chemist instead. I guess that's not a bad deal. Just if we can a little bit more slowly take this out. There's another possible healer down. So that's good. And now we've got an Uribo there with its run attack. Not much we're going to do about that. You can see we're just about completely ignore it. I have to decide here. Yeah, so I decided not to waste even an action there. I'm just going to let her get another turn so she can get over there. So if she took an action, her CT would be reset lower. So that's why I decided not to do it, because it just would have wasted some time. And I really need to get over to this chemist and the dragon. I'll let that Uribo just kind of poke at me all day if he wants to. And here we go. So we're going to go on this chemist, and if we can get a don't act, he's probably going to go to the opposite corner. So if he gets hit with don't act, he's probably going to go to the back corner there on the other side of the battle. So Rams is going to try paralyze, and it looks like sleep is coming up next. Cool, so that chemist is not going to be having anybody recover from paralyze or petrify anytime soon. The dragon's in don't act status, and like the tide is, turning our way. Not really turning. We always had pretty good control in this one, but the tide is definitely pushing towards us, especially. There we go. So she had 283. That 300 would have definitely taken her out. So she's just going to wait right there, because that dragon is in don't act status, so she doesn't have to try to get away. She doesn't try to have to run away. Not that she really could, because those dragons have a huge move radius and an attack range of 2. All right, so we're going to charge 2 petrifies and have him wait, because again, the dragon is going to get a turn, but he can't attack, so he's just going to probably run to that back corner as well. And here this time, because I couldn't reach that chemist, but it was not quite as dire, I decided to have her charge a petrify on the Uribo as she was still advancing towards this edge. Maybe she can plink that off and get that Uribo from long range. And so here they go. Oh, the dragon's coming down to the front of the battle. Interesting. Okay. So instead of turtling up with the chemist, it's heading for the opposite corner. Maybe it saw too many enemies, or I guess our team would be its enemies. So life drain doesn't look great. It seems like it's kind of maybe a low faith chemist there, because most of my spells don't seem like they're really looking good to land. That Uribo is continuing to go away. And so I've got a petrified charging on it, and so I can kind of decide, like, do I want to send somebody back to the Uribo? But I'm going to keep the pressure on the enemies that really matter here. If that petrify from long range manages to get him, then it manages to get him. Boom. All right, here we go, 49%. So we've got a bunch of petrifies all going to be rolling here. Let's hope a couple of them land. There's one missed. And she's got to turn immediately, which is cool. And so she can just go right back to petrify, but she's going to have to move to get in range of the dragon there. And she can get 4 tiles away. So bam. And yeah, she's not caring when it goes out. That's my way to victory right here. And I think Beowulf's doing the same thing. Because the petrify's charge, even if that dragon gets close enough for him to target something, he won't, because that dragon is marked for death, marked for don't charge on me. So that's an interesting parameter that the game set. There's that second dragon down. So now we've just got an Uribo. See if we can get that clutch long-range petrify, and we do. We get the excellent long-range petrify. We've both moved away from each other a couple times and just have one chemist to deal with here. Chemist isn't don't act, so if he has a mantle on, he can't use that to dodge, I don't think, for magic. But he's got, seems like maybe low faith, because all of our stuff is kind of a smaller chance to land on him. Chips, I love that name. So sleep is a lot better. But I don't want to do something area of effect, probably because he can still move and get into our face. So I don't want to do a big AoE spell. So he's going to get a turn right here. So now we've got just a bunch of petrifies gonna roll. She's moving right up to his face, I guess. I think the idea here is we're gonna try to trap him. Try to keep him just contained right in there. It's probably not necessary. Probably not strictly necessary. But you can move them into that spot. It's not super optimal, because then if we did need to reapply a don't act or or sleep or something, an AoE type spell, then we're hitting a couple of our characters as well. So it's not the bestest thing to do, but that's all right. We can get there. A lot of coin flip petrifies here. 49%, 44%, 59%. Right in that range. He's going to try to apply faith to himself again, Beowulf. There you go. Way to be useful. Thank you, buddy. I guess for him, yeah, he doesn't see a valid target. There's a 59 for Petrify. Yeah, don't act as expired now, so this is where, like, things are a little bit dicier here. I've got 4 coin flips, though, to land Petrify. Yeah, and there it is guarded, so he does protect him. So the percent might be a little lower now if he's got Magic Evade. If that was turned off and that's turned back on now, then that's a little bit smaller chance to hit. So here, what this does is this keeps him contained, so we probably won't need to do anything like re-sleep him or re-paralyze him. But I just wanted him, in case don't act expired, to not be able to get within soft range of that dragon. I remember now what I was thinking when I recorded this, and that was the big thing. I don't mind him, like, plunking some of my guys for 40 or 50 damage. That's okay. But if he is able to, like, take one move and then throw a soft at that dragon, suddenly this battle is a battle again. And there is the last Petrify. Landed, and kaboom. So that is it for Colliery Underground First Floor. Next, we are heading to the Underground Passage in Gog to rescue Reese the Dragon. If you like these videos, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe, leave me a comment, or hit me up on Twitter, active_ATE.